You're watching coverage you can count on. This is News Channel 15's First at 5.
Good evening, everybody. There has been a major shakeup in Hoosier politics today. After 6 years away from elected office, CNN is reporting that Democrat Evan Bayh is getting back in the game, making a run at the U.S. Senate.
News Channel 15's Holly Campbell met with experts about what this means for Indiana and the nation. She joins us now with tonight's top story.
Well, in a shocking move, Democrat Barron Hill announced he's dropping out of the U.S. Senate race. Now, former two-term Governor Evan Bayh will take on Republican Todd Young in November. The announcement comes just 4 days before the deadline for a candidate to remove their name from a ballot. Announcing his plans to drop out of the race in a statement, Barron Hill said in part, Democrats have a very real chance at winning this Senate seat, especially with a strong nominee who has the money, name identification, and resources to win. I do not want to stand in the way of Democrats winning Indiana and the U.S. Senate. Stepping in, Evan Bayh. It's been 6 years since Bayh has held an elected office after stepping away from the U.S. Senate in 2010.
He's been a leader within the party for decades, and to have his leadership back in the U.S. Senate, I think, would do wonders for our country.
Bayh will face Republican candidate Todd Young for the U.S. Senate seat currently held by Republican Dan Coats, who is retiring.
I think we would have been in a great situation with Barron, but I think Evan Bayh is definitely a game changer in Indiana and the United States as a whole.
It's a rare move just 4 months before the general election, but experts say Bayh's name and reputation are still familiar to Hoosiers. And he has about $10 million in leftover campaign money he can use in this election.
He's sitting in a really good position in terms of name recognition, being defined as a candidate, and actually having resources available to him.
Todd Young's campaign responded to the announcement today saying, quote, after he cast the deciding vote for Obamacare, Evan Bayh left Indiana families to fend for themselves so he could cash in with insurance companies and influence peddlers as a gold-plated lobbyist. This seat isn't the birthright of a wealthy lobbyist from Washington. It belongs to the people of Indiana. If elected, Bayh would help Democrats regain control of the U.S. Senate. You can head to Wayne.com to see Barron Hill's full statement he sent out today announcing he's dropping out of the race. Bayh is expected to make an official announcement sometime today. In Studio 15, Holly Campbell, News Channel 15.
State Republicans are also on edge today with rumors spreading that Donald Trump could name Governor Mike Pence as his running mate.
Many believe the announcement could be made as early as tomorrow at either a Trump fundraiser or a rally in the Indianapolis area. And News Channel 15's Kaitor Pessoa asked Allen County's Republican Party chair what he thinks of these rumors. So what do you have to say?
Brett, as far as Steve Schein's concerned, it's happening. He says he's 99.9% sure Pence will be Trump's running mate. While he has no insider information, Schein believes tomorrow would be an ideal time to make the announcement. Pence is saying he would gladly campaign for Trump. He told reporters today he's prepared to make the case for Trump anywhere in the country. Pence hasn't hinted that any running mate announcements will be made tomorrow. He only said he looks forward to joining Trump at his events and that he'd be happy to speak to the crowd. Schein says Pence would be a tremendous choice for Trump.
By selecting Mike Pence, Donald Trump validates the fact that his administration will be a conservative administration. To have a conservative voice, one that has a conservative moral compass that is so positive in the name of Mike Pence, will be an attribute to the Trump ticket.
Schein says Pence will also give conservatives assurance that Trump would pick a properly conservative choice for the open U.S. Supreme Court spot. He says it's been decades since Indiana has been on the national stage with either a presidential or vice presidential candidate. So, Brett, if the announcement does happen tomorrow, you'll be there to hear it.
Certainly will be. It's a huge, possibly game-changing decision that could come. So I'm going to head to Westfield, and so will Angelica Robinson. She's going with us, too. It's all part of our commitment to cover the big stories that affect our viewers. So look for live reports starting tomorrow at 5, 6, and 11.
All right, thank you, Kaitor. We do have some breaking news now for you. A shooting at a courthouse in Michigan has claimed the lives of 3 people. An inmate who was in custody somehow got a gun and opened fire. The sheriff says 2 bailiffs were killed and a deputy was shot. The deputy went to the hospital, but it's not clear what his or her condition is. The inmate was also killed. For up-to-date information on the shooting, head over to wayne.com.
The Allen County prosecutor has charged a man in connection with the county's 16th homicide. Scott Jordan is now charged with murder, accused of strangling Jacqueline Van Dyne. According to court documents, Jordan sent his mother a letter in the mail saying that he killed Van Dyne. In the letter, he said, quote, "Got so mad that I killed her," unquote. Police found Van Dyne inside of a plastic bag with her mouth taped shut and her feet tied together. Jordan is expected to be in court tomorrow morning for his initial hearing.
6 people were hurt, 2 of them seriously, following a crash at Franke and Monroeville roads this afternoon. The Sheriff's Department says a white SUV was heading north on Franke. The vehicle failed to yield to a Ford Explorer heading east on Monroeville Road. 2 adults and 2 kids had minor injuries, and then a child and an adult were also hurt seriously. Everyone was wearing a seatbelt. 3 people were taken to a local hospital in serious condition this morning after a crash at Jefferson and Getz. Police tell us a couple of landscaping trucks were heading west on Jefferson when a red SUV was trying to turn onto Getz. So those trucks swerved to get out of the way but ended up hitting each other. The SUV was then hit by another SUV. Crews had to cut off the roof of the red SUV and rescue the woman and child inside. The driver of the other SUV was also taken to the hospital. The drivers of the landscaping trucks were not hurt.
New Haven's Fire Department investigating an abandoned home that caught fire early this morning. Firefighters got the call just before 5 o'clock at Spilson Avenue and Crown Street, and when they got to that house, the entire home was up in flames. Back in late June, an abandoned house in the same neighborhood burned down.
2 women are facing several charges in Kosciuszko County. They are accused of prostitution and promoting prostitution at a business called Ying Massage. Besides those 2 charges, Lilan Chu and Yili Lau are also accused of corrupt business influence and tax evasion. After several months of investigating that business, police served a warrant last week. The 2 women were taken into custody at that time. The IRS is also involved in the investigation.
It was another hot and humid July day.
Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri joins us now with a look at the week ahead.
Yeah, well, more heat and humidity to come. In fact, the next couple of days are going to get even more sticky and uncomfortable outside. Right now, the sunshine continues to come on down with temperatures in the upper 80s in most spots. 87 in Fort Wayne, 88 in Auburn and Angola, 89 in Defiance, and 85 in Marion. No rain on our live Doppler 15 Fury storm tracker, but we're going to see those chances at rain and storms increase over the next 2 days, as well as this heat and humidity increase. 86 tonight at 6 o'clock, by 9, 78 with temperatures falling into the mid-60s by tomorrow at dawn. But a 90-degree high temperature in our forecast very soon. I'll track that increase in heat and also let you know when the temperatures drop again in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
On their way to the Three Rivers Festival, a family experienced something that could have ended very badly.
Their stepdad fell out of his electric scooter on a train track. Family members were struggling to get him up, and that's when a stranger came to the rescue. News Channel 15's Sarah Schaefer has their story.
What was supposed to be a fun weekend with family visiting from out of town quickly took a turn, and it all started right here at these train tracks. Richard Ziegler, aka Zebo, is visiting his family in Fort Wayne with his wife. The family had plans to go downtown for the Three Rivers Festival, but on the way there, Zebo's scooter got stuck on these railroad tracks. He fell out, and his granddaughter and stepdaughter weren't able to pick him up. Then the situation got even worse. A nearby train switched tracks. The gates dropped and the whistle blew. It was coming right for them. That's when a woman running by stopped and helped. She picked Zebo up and got him off the track as other people helped get the chair. But in a moment of sheer panic, the family forgot to ask her name. Now they're hoping they can find her.
We just wanted to acknowledge her. We wanted to give her a gift, say thank you, just something for being there for us.
We'd really like to know who you were, because I really think you are an angel sent from above.
The family wanted to drop Zebo off somewhere before finding a parking spot, but they were told that they couldn't. I'll tell you more about that coming up at 6. Reporting in downtown Fort Wayne, Sarah Schaefer, News Channel 15.
The people in charge of the Law Enforcement Firefighters Memorial in Fort Wayne are asking for your help. Jerry Vandeveer says that water keeps getting into the in-ground light fixtures around the memorial. Every time a light goes out, they replace them. But those lights for all of the flags are now corroded and broken. He hopes someone in the community will help by donating new fixtures so he can keep everything lit.
A new game is catching like wildfire all across the United States. And tonight, we'll tell you about Pokemon Go. We'll tell you what it is. Plus, hear from some local players about the safety concern it's causing.
Coverage you can count on continues with Heather Herron and Brett Thomas.
A new game has taken over millions of phones across the world. Pokemon Go just debuted last week. It's a modern-day scavenger hunt where people try to find and catch Pokemon in their cities and neighborhoods. The more Pokemon that you find, the more you level up. You can even have battles at what are called gyms, which are usually landmarks around the city. The app is already #1 on iTunes and Google Play. So it may sound like a lot of fun, but there are also some concerns about safety surrounding it.
News Channel 15's Hannah Strong downloaded that app this morning, and she spent the day meeting players and talking to them about it. She joins us now live from Headwaters Park, which is a popular location for the game. Hannah?
Heather, I'm live here at Headwaters Park, and you hit the nail on the head. This game is highly addictive, and it's that quality that's causing some safety concerns. I talked with a couple of players here earlier today who explained it all.
Last night we went to IPFW and I was there for 4.5 hours.
This is exactly what the creators of Pokemon Go want players to do. They say they hope people will get out, walk around, and see new places while trying to find new Pokestops.
Like tree plaques that had been made even were Pokestops. And so it was like so that students would probably go over and like learn more about their environment and things like that. It's crazy. Just these little arts and monument things that you wouldn't expect to be Pokestops are.
Players are very enthusiastic about the game, so much so that the server hosting it crashes frequently. With all the players walking around looking at their phones, it's important that they stay alert. The Pokemon Go website warns players to pay attention while trying to catch Pokemon. It stresses players should not game while driving, biking, or doing other things that require your attention. We've heard reports of people bumping into each other at Three Rivers Festival. I nearly ran into someone while chasing a Pokemon in our building earlier today. And one of the people we talked to admitted nearly being hit by both a truck and an SUV while on the hunt to relive childhood. With all these people congregating at Pokestops like the ones here at Headwaters Park, we're seeing increased reports of robberies. People playing the Pokemon Go game do make for easy targets when they're not paying attention to their surroundings. To see more about those safety concerns, look for this story on Wayne.com. Coming up at 6, we'll talk more about the game and why it's so addictive. Reporting live from Three Rivers Festival at Headwaters Park, Hannah Strong, News Channel 15.
Yeah,
True.
My kids and all their friends are playing this now.
Are they?
So,
They're all crazy
right.
for it? Yeah, it's true, too. People are stealing your money because, I mean, I just found a Bulbasaur in here, and Heather picked my pocket.
I did.
Took my wallet.
You caught me. I wasn't very sly about it, was I?
Not at all.
It looks fun. I'm gonna play around later.
It is kind of
Yeah,
fun.
definitely sounds fun. And good weather to be out and about. Whatever you want to do. The sunshine is back. Temperatures starting to surge once again. Our high today, 87 degrees. Coming up in your full forecast, we'll talk more about a hot, humid week that's ahead. Stay tuned.
Coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
Well, a beautiful day outside with sunshine abundant across the area. Take a look at our Parkview field camera right now. Few clouds in the sky. And that means a great evening ahead of us. Perfect for dinner out on the patio. If you're grilling tonight, 86 at 6 o'clock, by 7, 84 and 82 at 8. And while you're out in the yard, you might as well go ahead and water the garden because it's another night where Mother Nature will not be taking care of that task for you. Our live Doppler 15 Fury Storm Tracker not picking up on any rain nearby. Humidity has decreased from where it was earlier, so our muggy meter right now sits at comfortable, but this muggy meter is going to increase over the next 2 days. Tomorrow we go up to humid, and then on Wednesday all the way to tropical. So it just gets more sticky and more uncomfortable over the next 48 hours as summertime heat and humidity returns in full force. A sign that the humidity is low right now is the fact that our heat index value, or feels like temperature outside, is 88, and that's only 1 degree higher than the actual air temperature of 87. We have temperatures across the region in the 80s in most spots, but it is 90 in Bryan now, 88 in Angola, 89 in Albion, 84 in Churubusco, and 87 in Bluffton. This high heat has spread all across the Midwest today. We're seeing 90 show up to our southwest, where it's 92 in St. Louis and 94 in Des Moines. This is where our air is coming from tomorrow, and it's going to boost our high temperature here to around 90 in pretty much most spots across the region. Not much going on in the satellite radar image. Some uneventful scattered rain is spotted as a weather system off to our west does move closer as this week goes on. Our rain chances here are going to increase, and we may even see a few strong storms. It's going to be kind of hit and miss, very similar to what we experienced last week, where some of us saw the rain and storms and others missed out. On Futurecast tonight, just a scattering of clouds to deal with. Overnight, temperatures will be dropping into the 60s. We're going to wake up to temperatures just like these. 66 in Fort Wayne and Auburn, 67 in Columbia City. Some spots like LaGrange and Kendallville stop right at 70 before we start to warm up as tomorrow goes on. And remember, that warm-up is going to be pretty significant. A little cooler during the morning, but hot by the afternoon. Sunshine for the morning hours. The clouds increase by the afternoon, and our rain chances will be increasing during that time, too. The rain chances start to increase after 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Our high temperature reaches 90 in Fort Wayne, 91 in Decatur, and 89 in Columbia City. Look for periods of scattered rain from late afternoon through the evening. A swath of rain around by late night, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock. Some scattered thunderstorms possible at that point, too. The rain chance continues scattered into Wednesday morning. Then on Wednesday, many dry periods, but rain chances return again as the day goes on, and some of Wednesday's storms could be strong ones with some gusty, damaging winds possible. In our 7-day forecast, you're going to see pretty high numbers over the next few days. After tomorrow's high of 90, we're at 89 on Wednesday. Then Thursday, 85. Rain chances will exit early on. The rest of the day will be dry. Friday, cooler, more comfortable, 79, and Saturday, 79. Then Sunday and Monday, we're back to the 80s, remaining dry during that stretch. Rain much needed around here. We've got a couple of chances to pick up some, and many of us hoping we do pick up some.
Yeah, that would be fantastic because my lawn is very dry. By the way, I caught a rattata right there.
Oh,
it was on the desk, right over there.
Like,
getting all the good ones. Bill Bazaar and Rattata. Wow. He's so hip. He is so hip.
I guess.
All right, thank you so much, Nicholas.
The Allen County Health Department says there is a high number of tuberculosis cases in the county so far this year. Coming up new at 5, hear from the health commissioner about the uptick in cases and what you need to know.
Coverage you can count on continues with Heather Herron and Brett Thomas.
The Allen County Department of Health says there's an increase in tuberculosis cases in the county.
That tops tonight's stories for your well-being. There are usually around 6 cases of TB a year in Allen County. So far this year, there's 7. The Department of Health says there's no reason for alarm, but they do want the public to be aware of the issue. Around 400 letters have been sent out to those who may have come in contact with a person infected with TB.
And even though the absolute number of cases is pretty small, obviously, the problem is with any infectious disease, especially one that's spread through respiratory droplets, you really have the potential to expose a number of people.
I always say no new soaps.
TB is treatable. Symptoms include coughing, pain in the chest, and loss of appetite. If you think you might have TB, you should visit your family doctor.
Well, it's a sunny day in Bluffton today, but we do have some rain and storms possible tomorrow. Nicholas is back after the break with one final look at the forecast.
All right, tomorrow's going to be a hot one for us with a scattered rain chance by late in the day. Here's a look at your planner. 70 at 8 in the morning, 84 by noon, then 89 at 5 o'clock when we could see some scattered storms. 90 will be tomorrow's high temperature. And you can see on Futurecast how we see these periods of scattered rain from tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock afterward into late night. And then some additional scattered rain comes our way on Wednesday, too.
Okay, thanks, Nicholas.
I really missed you guys. You get prettier by the day, Heather.
Oh.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Brett.
See you at 6.